And this is Saturday morning, broadcasting live out of the WDCE studios, once again out of the University of Richmond. The only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me. Yes, that's right, me, a real puppet. And once again, here we are on this 11th day of March in the year 2023. It is 10:20. 10:20. We have a couple of people joining in. I said White Vegeta, TNT Nate. TNT Nate will be calling in about 5 minutes. Lio Convoy. Are you familiar with Lio Convoy? Lio Convoy. Good morning, Lio. Listen, I tell you what, if there's somebody that you should be following, is Lio Convoy. And the reason why I say that is because if you are following Lio Convoy if you've never heard, like, Lio Convoy is on YouTube. Just look at Lio. It's LOI CO. Is it CONCOVOY? Listen, I have a hard time seeing. I don't have my glasses on right now. Well, no, I'm not going to wear contacts. Contacts are ridiculous. You know, they sit there, you grow up your whole life, and they say, hey, don't put that too close to your face. And then all of a sudden they want to sit there and put a something in your eyeball. It says, oh, you'll be able to see better. Well, what do you mean? No, that's ridiculous. No, anyways, Lio Convoy. Listen, if you go to Lio Convoy, you subscribe to him. What I want you to do is when you do subscribe to him, I want you to then go to Google. When you go to Google, then type in the term butthurt report. And the reason why I say just Google butthurt report, click on images. There'll be a little form that you need to fill out, because I'm sure and I'm guaranteeing you that Lio will probably say something that will offend you. Not in a bad way, it probably upsets you. The only reason why is because you are just soft. You're soft. No, listen, it's one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Lio Convoy. Listen, the commentary is fantastic, and he does have a bird that's a puppet. I've not talked to the bird that's a puppet, but listen, I know. Listen, well, you said you can't rush greatness. No, you can't rush greatness. If you were to rush greatness, then everybody would just be living in this whole microwave world that we're living in. But you know what? I say, listen, we live in a microwave world, but we live a crock pot life. I'm going to say that again. Listen, we live in a microwave world, but we live a crock pot life. Yes, go ahead, put that on a bumper sticker. No, it's okay. I'll let you use it. But anyways, Lio Convoy, one of the best channels, commentary channels, if you will. Probably we should talk to him when those Super 7. I'm going to talk about Super 7 probably at the top of next hour. What is that? That's at 11 o'clock. I'll talk about Super 7 then. But I tell you what, listen, Lio, if you want to call into the show, I'll go ahead and send you a text at the next music break. Music breaks. How do you listen to music breaks? Music breaks. Download the Live 365 app. The Live 365 app. You want to download the Live 365 app on your smart phone device, whatever. And then you want to search WDCE. The reason why I say that is because then that way you can listen to the songs that I am playing that I can't play here on social media. We're over here on Instagram. We're over here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. At Sam NewsMan all over the place. No, I did not fire up TikTok. 7,500 subscribers on TikTok. 7,500 subscribers on TikTok. Checked it this morning before we came into the show. But you know what? The last time that I streamed live on TikTok, I was banned for a week from streaming live on TikTok. No, this is absolutely correct. No, this is real life. No, this is real life. Listen, I'm telling you the real thing. Last week, I did go live from about 3 to 4, and I just sit there and whined and complained. Listen, the wine was fantastic. It was a nice Pinot. And Lio, okay, I'm going to text you. Lio, okay. So anyways, sorry. Listen, I'm talking about my Pinot. I had my cheese in my wine. Last week when I was sitting there on TikTok. First time in a week. Listen, I didn't even realize that I was banned on TikTok. No, but listen, I got the message. You know when I got the message? The message is that I got let's see here. What's the channel number again? The channel number, well, so where we're broadcasting, Lio just asked what we're broadcasting about. Okay, so it's WDCE. You want to download the simple rate? No, sorry. So wait a minute. The Live 365 Simple Radio app's another app, but Live 365, the Live 365 app. You want to search, in little quotation mark, or when we're the little search bar. Familiar with the search bar? So the search, yeah. So you go to the search bar, you type in WDCE. When you type in WDCE, then you click on that. You'll be able to listen to the theme songs that we play on the radio live. Once again, like I said, if you were just cruising around through Richmond, Virginia, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm going to turn on the radio. Who do you hear? Oh, you hear Sam Newsman. Oh, then you start hearing cartoon themes. But yeah, so that's it. Like I said, Lyle, I'll reach out to you in a few moments, give you the number, and tell you exactly all the details and information. That's 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. 11, well, probably about 11:07. 11:07. I'm going to try to see if we can sit there and talk to Lio Convoy. Big news about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Super 7, and all of this. Silverhawks. Lio's a big fan of Thundercats. Should be an interesting discussion. Like I said, live off the cuff, FCC violations, will be in effect. But so here we are. But so we'll try to get all that set up. We'll talk to you guys about that at Sam Newsman on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook. We're all over the place. Let's see here. In stereo is what he said. Oh, he said he's got to pull it up in stereo. Well, you know what? I tell you what. Listen, if you have it pulled up in stereo, probably one of the worst things that you could do. Imagine for a moment where here I am, my beautiful puppet voice is on the radio. And when you hear my beautiful puppet voice, then all of a sudden you had your little Alexa, sitting in the corner. And I said, hello, Alexa, how are you? And then all of a sudden Alexa's like, Sam, let's sing a duet. Let's sing a duet. And it was like, no, hold on, wait a minute. You know what? No. Somewhere out there, we'll pause on that, Alexa. We'll pause on that. Alexa, pause. All of a sudden, you've seen those videos, right, on YouTube and on the news, where all of a sudden Alexa looks like she's possessed. Well, it's just because me and her haven't been really talking the way that we should have. No, we have no prior history. But I tell you what, if me and Alexa started hanging out and we were just like, I was like, hey. No. What are you guys talking? You guys are talking about in the back. Oh my gosh. So the guy, y'all producers, y'all are silly. They're sitting there saying in my ear right now, they're like, yeah, you should start talking like it's Boys to Men. It's like, hey, baby. Hey, Alexa. All those times at night when I'm all alone with my bowl full of popcorn and I just want to binge some TV. Alexa, binge this. And then all of a sudden, yeah, it would be funny if all of a sudden someone puts a video. It's like, hey, did you see the media puppet that said, hey, Alexa, binge this? And she pulled up something risque. Something risque. Yeah, shame on you, Alexa. Shame on you. What are you doing? Poor connection on Instagram. Listen, they're already trying to cut the hard line. It's 10:28 here on the 11th day of March in the year 2023. Okay, so I'm waiting for TNT Nate to call in. Something should be special. Listen, I think that TNT Nate, he's been hiding out in a bunker somewhere. What the heck's been going on? Oh, so he does. What do you mean what do you mean? It's not classified. He's just a civilian. No, he's been doing civilian underground stuff for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that? You guys got that? Okay. You guys got that in the back? Okay. All right. Okay. So we got that. So, all right. What? Right. Did you get that? It's a general shoe. Okay. You got that? The general shoe. You got the general shoe. Okay. So anyway, so I'm waiting for TNT Nate, I think, to call in. I think he should be calling in here in just a few moments. I was going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Listen, but the big news story of the day is the bank burst shockwaves. Tip of the iceberg, regulators facing reckoning. This is all has to do with economic and finance. Did you hear about this? This is from the Washington Post. The Silicon Valley Bank failure raises fear of broader financial disruptions. So there's been a whole bunch of things that have been happening, but it seems like just over the last 24 hours or so, the banks have been going bananas. Shout out to Jeezy, Creasy, Mo Potts, Ash Bailey. Ash Bailey was first in the very first segment. I forgot to say that. Mo Potts and Pans, Brucey, everybody out there. Astray, I see Astray, Jason Lee, Cobra Viper. Hang on, wait a minute. I believe that TNT Nate is calling in. Hang on just a second. There it is. Let's see here. And TNT Nate, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
There you are, Sam. I'm here.
Okay. Listen. Okay, so it's been an interesting morning. Things have been crazy, and I last night, my show producer reached out to you, and you guys were thinking about discussing certain different things. However, because this is fluid, this is radio, and hell, we even started about 20 minutes late early this morning, but that's okay. It is 10:30 here on the 11th day of March in the year 2023 at TNT Nate here on the phone. TNT Nate, here's what I want to go over with you right now. Here we are. We're going to do this live. I know you probably have a few bullet points. Keep those in mind in case they do go along with what we're going to talk about. But here is the big story this morning. The big story is that the Silicon Valley bank failure raises fear of broader financial disruptions. This is coming from the Washington Post. Friday, and this is from just yesterday. Now, I was watching some of this late last night after my producer reached out to you, and all of a sudden, like I sit there and told my producer, I said, "Hey, listen, did you talk about all the bank stuff? Like, did you talk about the money stuff?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" Well, that's what me and TNT Nate talk about. We talk about following the money. What do you mean you don't know about the bank stuff? So listen, we can talk about January 6th. We can talk about Tucker Carlson. We can talk about all that stuff. Sideshow Pony Show. Hold on. A sideshow dog and pony show. That's what it is. A dog and pony show. Nate, Friday's implosion of Silicon Valley Bank could blow a hole in the most innovative corner of the U.S. economy, interrupt tech workers' paychecks, and push other regional banks into similar distress. One thing it doesn't seem likely to do, at least for now, is to trigger a wider financial meltdown, banking expert says. Now, what this article is not discussing and what it's not saying is that Wells Fargo yesterday, a story came out that people were not getting their bank deposits. Not sure if any of you saw that, but that is news. So Wells Fargo did say that there were disruptions in their system of people being able to get their bank deposits. Now, what we're talking about in terms of the Silicon Valley Bank is a crypto bank. Now, we do remember FTX a few months back. What is it? SBF? Yes, SBF and everything that was.
Remember, Sam, Bank of America. And I reported on this not too long ago. That same thing happened to their company.
So here we go. Okay, so unlike the giant banks that ignited a global, so Nate, I want to hold on for a second. So unlike the giant banks that ignited a global crisis in 2008, the Silicon Valley Bank was heavily dependent upon a single risky sector of the economy for both depositors and its customers. That concentrated bet proved to be very bad news for the ambitious startup that dominated. It was an ambitious startup, so that's key. We'll highlight that ambitious startup that dominated the high technology world, but it means that the tech-friendly bank lacked the sophisticated financial tanglemus after all the money was laundered where it needed to be with other institutions that can turn one bank's losses into a threat to the entire economy. Now, this is once again, like I said, after the FTS bank fiasco. And all of that. This Silicon Valley Bank was involved in currency. I saw another article this morning where it said that Roku, I think about one third or 1/4 of, I think it might have been 1/4, a quarter of Roku. Are you familiar with Roku? Roku, the streaming Roku. So about a quarter because of this bank. So Nate, I give that all to you. Like I said, I hopefully that's a little bit of a softball, a soft underhanded curveball. But you probably do have some things, but you could probably go into this and talk about it because we talk about this every week, following the money and how this. And so the questions are, what are your thoughts about this? And what are the next steps? And where do you think this will go? Go.
Sam. This has been planned programmed, and this is, some people will say there's many different ways you can look at this, Sam. You can say, well, this was just happenstance, coincidence, maybe. Business fell on hard times, wasn't conducting business properly, so naturally they go out of business. They lose money. That's what happened. Well, obviously they weren't too big to fail. So then there's another perspective, Sam. There's the attack on crypto. This is a giant attack on crypto. You know, listen, if you've been following crypto ever, if you follow the money, people are using this as currency exchange, whether it's considered currency or not. We'll figure that out when XRP.
But Nate, hold on, wait a minute. Like crypto is, it's got shields around it. There's the blockchain, and wait a minute. I like my money and my Ethereum and my Bitcoin, all of that is secure. That is all. Wait a minute. This is the wave of the future. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean, and that's possible. It's just the wave that's being controlled. It's like not an ocean wave, Sam. This is a wave pool wave. Okay, that XRP has been bought up by none other than BlackRock. And so you can guarantee that Mr. Fink has his hands in a lot of pots. And controlling and regulating crypto just happens to be one of them. So, Sam, I was having this similar conversation earlier this week, and everybody says, you know, I was talking to these people, and listen, it was a group of people. They were all ganging up on me. They were crying, conspiracy theorist this and conspiracy theorist that. So, Sam, I'll tell you and your audience, in a way I directed this, I'm going to direct this towards a show, of course, but it's basically what I said to these people, Sam, because, you know, I've had enough. I told them, if I were a conspiracy theorist, I'd believe the CIA created the term conspiracy theory. I'd be walking around with my They Live glasses on, and I'd be hitting the streets with my tinfoil hat and my Alex Jones megaphone, screaming to the rooftops, warning of imminent doom. I would have told you all a long time ago that 9/11 was an inside job and that our government agencies actively spy on the public and plan on steadily making the techniques more invasive over time until they offer you digital chips and digital tattoos. If I was a conspiracy theorist, Sam, I'd have a corkboard with hundreds of feet of yarn strewn up, connecting the evil players to the players that are committing the evil. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I would have told you Obama was actually related to George Bush, and that presidents, minus only a few, have kept the power of this country in the family, or in other terms, the bloodline. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I'd stay up countless nights, anxiety-ridden over why no one's waking up. And I'd be at a loss as to why everyone's okay with certain people all being connected, controlling the money of the nations. And therefore controlling those nations. I would have also been able to predict, Sam, that inflation would eventually be the decline of the current fiat system that they control. And the banksters would have to eventually lean on central bank digital currency as their only and final lifeline. I'd be able to tell you just that I simply imagine these people that practice Baal and Moloch worship, they'd be tied to pedophiles, and I'd be able to pull the old rabbit right out of my ass and tell you that certain bloodlines have been engaged in a war with God. Since children are the closest thing to God, that's why they go missing so much. Sam, if I was a conspiracy theorist, I'd tell you right now that the public will learn that January 6th was a planned false flag, and that Fauci was culpable and knew about and funded gain-of-function research on COVID-19. I'd be ecstatic to inform the public here that the mRNA drug would only serve to harm them now and in the future, and prep them for the second release of an actual mRNA biological weapon. Because naturally, I'd be coming to their rescue. Sam, if I was actually a conspiracy theorist, I'd cry, Sam. I mean, wait, TNT doesn't cry, but I'd cry. Because if I was a conspiracy theorist, just like the great Bambino, I'd be calling my shots right now, and I'd be hitting them out of the park. But Sam, I only come on your show to talk about these things, tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me, John Q. Public. And, you know, you can talk about the banks and how they're all, and what's happening with the banks, and you can literally follow the money to direct to individual people and families. But if that's too much for you, that's all I got to say, because it's easy to connect. You literally just have to follow the money and the names connected. And that's my report for today, Sam. An homage, if you will. And this is TNT Nate. Good day.
Well, I didn't even get a wait. I didn't even get a chance to. I didn't get a chance. But we did. Did we triangulate the position? We did triangle. Okay. So we triangulated the position. Okay, you guys got that back there. Well, I don't know. Is the general going to call? The general might call. I'm not sure if the general's going to call or not. You guys have it open? We have it open just for a moment, just to make sure that does happen. Anyway, so very interesting thing. The market on Friday watched as regulators shut the doors at Silicon Valley Bank, capping off a speedy decline and marketing the biggest bank failure since 2008. Talking, of course, about the financial system. Listen, everybody wanted to talk about all the other nonsense. Listen, all that is just listen. The reason why this is big news is because it happened on Friday. It happened on Friday. It happened on Friday towards the middle or end of the day. Usually that's what they call it, the media news dump. So, but I'm not really sure. Well, I'm really sure. Well, listen. I know this is all by design. I do. And well, of course, it's criminal from top to bottom. What was that again? You have the thing, right? Right. Once again, you guys get the signal. You did get the signal. Okay. All right. So yes. Well, once again, financials. We talked about finance. The real thing is, you said follow the money. What I want to do is I want to ask you to follow the gold. No, this is not some silly gold advertising segment for no. That's not it's not that kind of talk radio. No, I'll play some songs in a minute. No, hell, I played a whole bunch of Japanese anime. The last, what are you talking about? We'll get to the songs here in a second. Is the feed okay? Okay, so the feed's okay. Well, listen, the feed sometimes breaks down and things stop. But the audio starts and stops, and what was that? Making sure they get every piece of information as it's happening. Well, of course, I would expect nothing less from the general. But what I would expect from the criminals is for them, we're talking about dollars and chains and cents, and like I said, there's all kinds of stuff that the people are talking about. But what I want to talk about is the gold. Show me the gold. Where is the gold? Who has the gold? And where has the gold been transferred to? Those are the questions. We want the answers. Download the Live 365 app or go to WDCE.org, WDCE.org, WDCE.net. But download the Live 365 app, search WDCE, and you will be able to listen to the theme songs, because I can't play those on social media. No, then I get flagged and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so download the Live 365 app, search WDCE. You can listen to the song, as Lio Convoy says, in full stereo. Full stereo. Yeah, put your headphones on. Yeah, listen to the warble in the music. No. What? What do you mean I sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher when I did that? Whatever. Anyways, so here we are once again. WDCE, search that on Live 365. So you guys are now messing me up. So behind the glass. Yeah, shout out to all my producers back there behind the glass, and just way to go, gentlemen. Just go ahead and blowing blowing what I have going on, right? Yeah, like Stormy Daniels. No. So, anyways, who is the bad people and what are they about? Well, they're about the gold. Where the heck is the gold? I want to know that, because I'm sure that's probably not in Fort Knox, right? Well, what do you mean I wasn't supposed to say that? No, like that was sarcasm. At Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on Facebook, Sam Newsman on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Once again, download the Live 365 app so you can listen to the songs because I can't play them here while I'm talking to you live. You can watch me on all those social media channels as well. Here for the only radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia on Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real puppet, for the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell. I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.